What's up, everybody?
What's up?
This is Big J-Wat, Jelani Watkins, coming to you live in the Ray Charles Arts Center here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we are kicking off a new J-Wat moment. And today I brought my guest, my best friend,
Hi.
Kayla.
I'm Kayla.
Captain of the swim team, the Tiger Shark swim team.
Joined
And, well, yeah, so let's kick this thing off in 3, 2, 1.
What?
So, while we decide to do this video and Kayla decides to do her homework and not pay attention,
What?
exactly, we are going to be discussing the aspects of a Renaissance man or woman. Now, to find this, I decided to look online and to see what other men and women from the Renaissance period, the Renaissance era, actually were doing with their lives. And in addition to that, I decided to walk around this campus here at the Atlanta University Center and to see what young adolescents thought about what it really means to be a Renaissance man or woman.
Hey, what does it mean to be a Renaissance man or woman?
So, obviously, not paying attention, since I just said we were going to see what they thought.
Okay.
Exactly. Let's see what they thought.
Renaissance, and also I know that the Renaissance means the rebirth. So you need to have some type of creativity to be innovative enough to rebirth or change up what's going on. So yeah, it kind of makes common sense. Creativity does fall in line with Renaissance. It means creating something that hasn't been done before. If it has been done before, making it so unique enough to where it causes a movement.
I think being confident in who you are and knowing your abilities and I guess the opportunities there are to be able to expound upon those abilities would definitely be beneficial to being a Renaissance.
Don't Renaissance mean rebirth? So yeah, so like with change, I guess new creativity and innovative things are necessary to take place.
Okay, well, calamity makes you a better Renaissance woman because you learn through your problems and your situation, and it makes you a better person because you're going to make it out in the end for better.
So, those were interesting responses. What did you think, so?
What?
Don't you think the responses were very interesting?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, what I was thinking about these responses is that you could break them up into 4 subgroups and say that a Renaissance man and woman actually has 4 characteristics. They have to have confidence, creativity, going through calamity, and last, have a relationship with Christ. I mean, since Christ was probably the best Renaissance man ever.
True.
Oh, so now you're paying attention.
No.
Exactly. Well, I decided to go ahead and go back in time and interview a man by the name of Josquin de Bray from France in the Renaissance period and to see a little bit about his characteristics. Let's see how that interview went.
In 1478, I had to undergo one of the most tragic events that I ever had to go through in my life when I found out that my aunt and my uncle, who were the only family that I had at the time, were burned alive by the army of King Louis XI. This is just a few years later after my own father was killed by King Louis's father, King Louis X, when I was about 16 years old. Former employers that I had in Milan were captured and imprisoned, and it's safe to say that I went through a lot of my own calamities and spiritual trials and tribulations, but I kept my faith as my aunt encouraged me to. And I kept working hard, kept being creative, and kept writing music. I progressed with my musical talents and abilities and seeked out a place in Ferrara, where I found employment by another king there, even though his advisors told him that I probably wouldn't fit in there because of my musical background not being strong enough for the price that I demanded. However, although they advised me to change my price, I kept on going, kept on pushing, and finally I was awarded the job there. As a result, I wrote some of my best motets there, some that still inspire writers in your century. And it's safe to say that all of the calamities and the help from God and my great just commitment to my craft made it a lot easier for me to become the musician and Renaissance man I am known in your century as today.
So we're back. That was an interesting interview, especially since I can't speak France.
France?
I meant French.
French?
You knew what I meant.
Did I?
Yes, you knew what I meant. Anyway, it was a really interesting interview because he decided to actually resemble a lot of the characteristics that we came up with. He had plenty of confidence. He was actually extremely creative. He went through his own thing of calamity. You remember when he was talking about the fact that his father died when he was like 16?
His father died?
Okay, so maybe you don't remember. Anyway, yeah, and then he had a pretty good relationship with Christ too. So before we end, I sort of want to have one more interview. There's this man that I really idolize because he is the best example of a Renaissance man today. And that man is Dr. David Morrow. You know who he is?
No.
As if you would. Dr. Morrow, the conductor of the Morehouse College Glee Club for about 25 years and has been working in the department for over 30, is probably one of the best examples of a Renaissance man. Let's see what he had to say in his interview.
The difference perhaps is that in terms of vocal technique and musical details, I'm a little bit stricter about musical details than they were. They were more emotional about music. I may be less emotional, but also very much concerned about musical details. So that's I want to make sure that the notes are right and things are as right as they can be. But not to the fault of making the music dry or not musical or not emotional. So that's sort of, there was apprehension on my part, I guess mixed with anticipation. I believed that I could do it, having been assistant director for 6 years. So it wasn't like I didn't know what to do or didn't have the ability to do it, because I could and did step in whenever Dr. Whalen was not able to be there, and his not being there was not always a result of illness, because he really rarely caught a cold, but he had other things. He had so many facets of his life, including lecturing and writing books, and he wanted to, and articles and organ playing and church music things. So there were things that he would not be free to do had he not had someone to take the Glee Club if necessary.
So we're back. Did you think that was one of the best interviews you've ever seen?
Sure.
Wasn't paying attention again. What were the 4 C's?
They were civility, commitment, consistency, and Christ.
Those are Spellman's C's.
Well, don't they apply to everybody?
So the 4 C's that we talked about earlier were confidence, creativity, calamity, and Christ. the ones that Dr. Morrow exemplified.
Excuse me.
Anyway, well, thank you guys again for tuning in and watching another episode of the J-Wat Moment. This is Big J-Wat coming to you live from the Ray Charles Arts Center.
And Caleb Ron from Aville.
Aville?
Adairsville, you know.
So lame. So lame. Thanks again, you guys, and I'll catch you next time. Until then, peace out.